Alright guys, recently I created the ultimate Cyan Loadout, and it was insane. You guys loved it, but we had like a ton of requests under that video to make a more budget version, so that is what I'm doing today. Today is the budget Cyan Loadout that includes knife and gloves, every weapon skin you need, and it's going to be a reasonable price. It's still going to be expensive to some, but overall, compared to the ultimate, we trimmed this down a absolute bunch. Now, before we get into it, I want to tell you about the giveaway we're running this week, which is going to be a StatTrak USB Cortex with this lovely craft on it, which was actually provided by 91 Xerox in the community. So a big thank you to Xerox for providing this. To enter, all you have to do is make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. Good luck to those entering. Make sure you're in the Discord to see if you win, and let's get into it. Are you looking for the best place to buy or sell your CS2 skins? Then check out GamerPay. GamerPay is a peer-to-peer site with one of the most balanced fee structures and allows you to play with your skins until the moment they sell.
You love to see it.
One of the big benefits of GamerPay is that they have a super low 3% sales fee. Any sales will add balance to your GamerPay wallet, and when making a purchase with your wallet, there is zero fee. You can cash out from your sales for real money to your bank account, which costs a fee of 2.5%. So whether you're looking for budget gems or some insane skins to flex with, GamerPay has you covered. Thank you to GamerPay for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to it. Now, first up, the gloves. You can see the name. It's going to be the overprints, and they're going to be field tested. They will run you about $200 at the time of planning, which is the 26th of August. They are pattern based, so obviously that can have some variance. Obviously, you might have personal preference on the pattern, so make sure you check them on the previews on the sites, and also just in-game as well, so you know 100% is what you want. Now, for the knife, technically you've got three options, because the knife I want to pair with this is actually the gut knife Gamma Doppler. So basically, with this blue, you want everything except for phase 2. So roughly $235 you can get all three of these for. I have checked at the time of planning. The first one you're seeing here is Phase 1, which actually pairs incredibly nicely with the overprints, I gotta say. Phase 3 is what I used to run with the overprints because you got some cyan on them, but I gotta say, I think Phase 1 definitely is better. And then if you wanted to fuck around with Phase 4 and that sort of more lime green, you could, but I think overall it's fair to say Phase 1 is the best. So, gut knife, Phase 1, Gamma Doppler is my choice here with the gloves, and that means this combo is $435. Now, when it comes to agents, you can see here straight away the sleeve CT, I've gone for Blueberries Buckshot. I think $7 for this agent is actually really good, especially if you're building a blue loadout or a cyan loadout. So yeah, no complaints here. This is a perfect agent for a good price. And then on T, I just wanted sleeveless. I wanted nothing that clashes, nice and easy, but I've avoided going for my usual suspects, and instead I've gone for Crosswater the Forgotten from the Guerrilla Warfare. Now, he is about $10.50. You can take that $10.50 and spend it on any agent you want. I wanted something different that was sleeveless, that isn't the go-to, that still looks pretty cool. Now, for the weapon skins, the Water Elemental is going to be my choice here for the Glock, $5.80. The main thing here, obviously it's a red base, but the water on it is cyan, and when you compare it to every other Glock skin, this is definitely going to be the best option. And the cyan, when you're using it in game like this, is a considerable amount of this sort of like pixel density. Then I'm going to suggest the USP that I'm going to go back to, which is the Jawbreaker. Now, this is $9.50 in minimal wear. I will admit the blue isn't completely cyan, but this is where we have to make do with a lack of options sometimes. So compared to like the overprint, or not the overprint, like the royal blue or whatever it is, I think this is still the better shout. And if you are a P2000 enjoyer, again, you can get a handgun here for $1.10 in minimal wear. Lovely stuff. The Deagle does have a lovely option in the Midnight Storm. This is a skin that I actually think pairs so nicely with the overprint hand wraps that we've got here. This is $27 in factory new. You can see some little bits of wear on it, so if you want to pay some overpay for 00 float, you can. Gotta say, the AK is a no-brainer. It just has to be the Ice Cold, which may seem weird that we're going to build this like $500 plus loadout, and it's got an $8 AK in it, but at this point, when we're going for theme, you kind of deal with that. That just happens, and this is the perfect choice. You get two pretty solid options for the M4s. First up, the A1S is the Nightmare. You guys know I love this skin. I was heavily considering this or the Icarus Fell. I think I've decided on the Icarus Fell just because I like the sort of mythology behind it. But yeah, $70 for this is sick. And then I've gone for the Bullet Rain for the M4A4. A bit of an older skin that I very rarely feature on the channel. $15 here for the minimum wear. Obviously, it's a cyan base with the red accent. So overall, it's pretty damn good. It does pick up wear though, so maybe, I don't know, if you wanna hunt and overpay for a lower float. Then on the up side of things, honestly, Silk Tiger probably should have been the pick here, but we did say budget, so for that, I'm kind of bidding it off. We're getting an Aetherius for $5, and we're just going to be happy with it. Mount Fuji is a nice pick. It's not a crazy amount of cyan, but I think the blues that you do get on the skin around the mountain in the sky work pretty well. And then even the pink sort of, the pinks work quite nicely with the gloves anyway. So $6.50 for this is pretty sweet. Then on the Mac 10 is going to be the Malachite. You guys love how I pronounce that one. $2 minimal wear. I mean, it's hard to argue against this not being the perfect option. It's essentially the blue version of it, the gold brick with some sort of texture. Then P250 X-Ray is a super easy pick. I gotta say again, I wish this color was what the AK X-Ray was, because then it wouldn't be complete ass. Now, the only field tested skin here is going to be the Tech 9. It's going to be the Avalanche, just because it's $1.40. As Tech 9, you don't use it a crazy amount. I didn't want to be dropping the minimal wear price. You know, we're trying to keep this down and fairly budget. The Famous does make me a little bit sad. Obviously, the Water Napthos is there for like $60 to $90 between minimal wear and factory new. But that would take the budget a bit too high. So we've got a Sino Splitter. It's 4 cent in minimum wear. It is what it is. If you want to spend the extra and get a Water Napthos, I would suggest you do. But if you are really tight on the budget, then this is what you're going to rock. Then we have the Cold Fusion for the Gale, which is 6 cent and very nice. A lot of people have been showing more love to this when I've been discussing blue loadouts. And I think, yeah, 6 cent for the minimal wear is just so damn good. Obviously, pattern based as well with the skulls, so you can get more cyan in different places, depending on what you want. And I think works really nicely with the gloves. Then we have back-to-back videos where the foil play gets included. Now, this is $3.40. I said it in the last video. I love how this is playing on, like, the chicken's involvement in Counter-Strike. We all love them, whether that's making them fall on us or just sort of shooting them as the bomb goes off. Whatever you want to make of that. But, yeah, foil play in the name, the feathers on the skin. It's a lovely cyan color, too, so this is great. Then, over on the Joe Breads, I've gone for the Urban Shock, which will run you close to $2 in minimal wear. These were one that I found supply was there, but just kind of like really odd on the price variations you get. So just keep an eye on that one. You know, where the best area to buy might fluctuate a bit. Now, the SG might be a surprise because I'm going to suggest the Aloha, which obviously is mostly purple, but this skin does get some nice blue, cyany sort of leaves on it, and it's worth mentioning that this is a pattern-based skin, so if you really want to, you could hunt through them and find ones that have more cyan around the area where like the gloves are, so it pairs in, like it bleeds in nicely into the skin, and then it's whatever from there. But for 8 cent, this looks incredibly nice. For once, the AUG thankfully actually has a sort of cheap option. It's going to be the Ricochet. In minimal wear, this will run you 22 cent. But again, that cyan coloring, even the sort of it's like those sharp ROE directions, work quite nicely with the pattern we have here with the gloves. XM for me has to be the Slipstream. I still love this for 12 cent, how cheap it is. It seems whenever people build blue loadouts, they absolutely overlook this. I get that if you're going for a darker blue, but if you're running overprint and you're going like cyan vibes, this is just such a nice pick. For the MP7, I went with the Cirrus, which I gotta say, it isn't cyan, but it's the only real good MP7 option we have. So for the sake of 16 cent on a skin you're maybe not going to use a crazy amount, I think this is pretty damn handy to have. And then finally, as always, we ended up on the Scout, which is going to be the Azure Glyph, which has those sort of like cyany, watery elements in amongst all the brown with like the hieroglyphs on them as well. So it's kind of a cool skin. Again, scope detailing would have been so nice to have here. I don't care if it's a lower rarity skin. It just would have been nice to have something where that was more the brown. But that is going to be the full budget Cyan Loadout. Now, total cost wise, this is $558. So if you want to live some variants, basically this is $560, which is a considerable amount cheaper compared to the ultimate Cyan Loadout that we built. But obviously, I'm aware $600 is still a decent amount to put into in-game skins. But this is about as budget as I would really want to go with it. You could obviously trim it back and only get the weapon skins and not the combo. Like for the breakdown, the combo cost is $435. The main skins cost $88, basically $89. And then the bonus skins are like $16. So depending on how you want to take this, how you want to build it, you do have some variations. But that's going to be me for today. I think overall this came out really well. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I just want to remind you guys that we have the giveaway running, which has been provided by Xerox. It's the Cortex with the lovely craft on it. It is stat track, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below to enter. I'll pick the winner in next week at some point. Then just finally, a big thank you to the YouTube members. All that support is greatly appreciated on the channel. You guys, you help me do what I do, and it is greatly appreciated. If you want to become a YouTube member, or just learn more about what it entails, the costing, the perks, all that goodness, check the join button down below. It will have all of the information. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.